Gil makes the world go round. Whether it flows from the Lost Canals or you sell Shiba dogs for a living, you'll need Gil somehow. And we always have a shortage no matter what, huh? Fret no more, my name is Fable Maeve, and I'm going to show you my personal top 5 or my top 5 recommendations on how to earn Gil. This is my top 5. My ways of doing it. You can't correct me this time, Reddit, you bunch of hyenas. So first up, let's get a few things out of the way. Just like in real life, making money requires inputting your own time, but we want to work smart, not hard. And that's what I'm here for. This isn't a become a millionaire in a day guide. Aside from this, I will try my hardest not to name specific items for you to craft, gather, or otherwise. Because if this video gets popular and a million people suddenly realize that Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3s are very good, your 100,000 gil per materia becomes a measly 30,000 gil per materia. Flooding the market means prices will tank and there ain't no home gang on these suckers. The golden rule still applies. When you gather and craft everything yourself from scratch, you will have nothing but pure hard profit. Alright, now do you see this? This is your market board, your holy shrine. Be respectful and pray to it every day, thanking you for filling your pockets with gil. Starting off with number 5, Consumables. Once you get your alchemist or culinarian up to a decently high level, a consistently selling commodity are consumables. These are buff potions or foods, or as we call them, raid foods. The foods and pots are obviously different per class, so we don't want a warrior chucking dexterity potions. But for alchemists, looking up what the highest potion type is at the time of this video, that would be most profitable. Right now that would be grade 2 infusions. Per recipe you can get about 3 of these pad boys, but it does require high-end crafting stuff. Some of the lower tier potions still sell, but you know, go for the high end if you can. Same thing with culinarians, look up what the best food type is for a class and go bonkers. You can also make food for crafters and gatherers though, so you know, that's a neat little change I guess. Number 4 is desynthesis. So you know those potions I mentioned earlier? Some of those bad boys require desynthesis, specifically like aether sands. And like I mentioned before, one of the always popular items are demi-materials, which also come from this method. This is an investor and more people are coming to know about it because the word is spreading. But so long as the demi-materials and sands continue to be used in high-end recipes and furniture recipes, there will be crafters who demand them, supply by demand of course. There are other items you can get from desynthesis, but currently none of them really matter too much. Number 3, crafting. I know, shocker, right? But what do you craft? It's really up to you. If you have the time to gather and craft the max level gear for crafters, then go nuts. That's easy go right there. But maybe you're not up that far yet. Here's what you can do. Supply for LevaQuests, for example. Which one? That's up to you. Look up what the most popular guide for LevaQuest power leveling is. Craft high quality items that require delivery, and so you meet that demand. And usually there is lots of demand. My personal tip is look at what the gear crafters like blacksmith and armor and such need, and setting your retainer to sell in Kugane. This will ensure sales for people wanting to use LevaQuest items as well as the people who just generally need the gear. Number 2 is gathering. So the synthesis meets a certain demand, right? It fills at a few spots on the recipes, so who's to fill the other stuff? That's where you do. Because for every crafting recipe there is a material that requires it. And for every material, there is a base component that needs to be crafted or gathered. And that's for you. Usually the step of the base component to crafting material isn't so huge to do, so if you can afford to do so as well, that's more profit. The people who truly make the most money in the game are the gatherers. There are 2 honorable mentions, retainers and current content. Let me explain. So retainers and quick explorations can gather general purpose dyes or even some minions or gear, but high-end explorations and waterside explorations at the highest ranks? Those can yield you stuff like Shiba minions and other otters. Other otters? I don't know. The prices for these are usually pretty damn high, for no effort of your own. As for curing content, with Eureka being added to the game recently and the consensus being that they're going to keep adding more things to it, the minions and materials you get from it will usually sell. Running extreme high-end Palace of the Dead can also get you a mount that can sell for pretty high-end types of gil. You can even get a group of friends that are really good at raiding and just start selling clears. I can't name specifics, but the game is ever changing, so hopefully you can take this much. I'm talking about stuff like God Kefka or something like that. You could sell those clears. And my personal number 1 favorite way to make gil is treasure hunting. Is it the most profitable? No. Can it leave you high and dry? Yes. Can you spend more gil than you earned for a while? Absolutely. But one thing is for sure, that the profits here are for a group and not just for yourself. Gather 3 of your buddies and start running some maps together. Have some fun. The items you can get from these are usually very useful as well, with some materials or minions going to up to millions. And the best part? If big new stuff is being added to the game like glamours, this is usually the place you can get the materials from. And the first come first serve mentality runs ever rampant in Final Fantasy XIV. That's why treasure hunting is my favorite way to earn gil in the game. Do you have some recommendations for other people? Leave it in the comments. Though, go back to the start of the video before you start mentioning specific names. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Fable. If you could spare me a like and even be so kind to subscribe for comedy and guides and such, please do. You can join the Discord and follow me on Twitter down in the links below in the description, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.